Thanks for listening to English Go Podcast. To listen without advertisements or to read episode transcripts, visit englishgo.co.uk for more information.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds, and I'm here with Keith, co-star of my upcoming film, If, only in theaters May 17th. Do you want to tell people the big news? All right, I'll do it. Sign up now and you'll get unlimited for $15 a month and 6 months of Paramount Plus Essential Plan on us. MintMobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 equivalent to $15 per month. Unlimited over 40 gigabytes per month. Face lower speeds. Videos at 480p. Active Mint customers by 531.24 get 6 months of Paramount Plus Essential Plan. Auto renews after 6 months. Offer ends May 31st, 2024. Separate Paramount Plus registration required. Terms and conditions apply if rated PG.
Life is full of what-ifs. Some awesome. Like what if AI could fold your laundry? And some, well, less awesome. Like what if you have unexpected medical costs? United Healthcare can help get you covered with Health Protector Guard fixed indemnity insurance plans. They supplement your primary plan to help you manage out-of-pocket costs. No deductibles, no enrollment periods, and especially no more what-ifs. Visit uh1.com to find the Health Protector Guard plan for you.
Millions of people have lost weight with personalized plans from Noom. Like Evan, who can't stand salads and still lost 50 pounds.
Salads generally for most people are the easy button, right? For me, that wasn't an option. I never really was a salad guy. That's just not who I am. But Noom worked for me.
Get your personalized plan today at Noom.com. Real Noom user compensated to provide their story. In 4 weeks, the typical Noom user can expect to lose 1 to 2 pounds per week. Individual results may vary.
Hello again, I am back with part 2 of my bike journey thing. So last time I'd made my way from Saitama Prefecture into Tokyo and then on to Chiba. Actually, the word prefecture, maybe you don't know what that means. And if you don't know what that means, that's okay. Because to be perfectly honest, I don't think I've ever used it when I was living in England. I can't remember of anywhere that's called a prefecture. But for some reason, when you translate the certain areas, the regions in Japan, it becomes such and such prefecture. And I don't know why that is. I can only imagine maybe prefecture is commonly used in America. I'm not sure. What do we have in England? We have regions. We just call them regions. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is perhaps you don't need to care too much about the word prefecture. Right, so last time I was talking about how weird it was, how surreal it felt going around all these places that I was familiar with, but they'd sort of faded from my memory. And as I was wandering around this place on my bike, it was weird. Things felt smaller to me. I remember streets felt smaller. Buildings that I'd seen before looked smaller. Why is that? Why is that sometimes you have a memory of something and then when you see it again after a long time, it feels smaller? I've noticed this with other things as well. Like if I've visited maybe a friend's house and I haven't visited their house since I was, I don't know, smaller perhaps, then when I go into it, it feels smaller again. And I thought, okay, that's just because, I've grown up, I'm taller now, so the house feels smaller. But I've noticed this still happens, even though, I'm fully grown. It still happens. If it's a place I haven't been to for a long time and I go in there again, somehow it feels smaller. I don't know what that is. It's like my memory makes it feel bigger to me than it really is. But anyway, so I was riding around this place. Things felt a bit smaller sometimes. But it was a weird feeling and a sort of sad feeling because I was thinking I don't know if it's sad, forgetting all the details of this particular place. But I was thinking about, is this going to be like my experience of England in the future? Am I going to forget all the details of the places that I know so well in England? Am I going to be going back to England at some point? And I don't know, maybe I'm in a car driving and I'm thinking, oh, is it this way? Is it that way? All these things that I used to know, all these memories of different routes and places. I don't use them anymore, obviously, when I'm living in Japan. So I guess my memory of them is sort of fading, isn't it? It's fading away. It's sort of like muscle memory. Is if you don't use your muscles, they fade away. They get weaker and weaker. And your memory is the same. If you don't use it, it does get weaker and weaker. But where it's different is it's almost like your memory fades, but not completely. It's sort of like it's there in the background, and then if you do something, you can refresh it. So like I visited these places, and now I've refreshed that memory, and so I've got a much stronger memory. Everything's fresh in my memory again. So yeah, and like I've noticed this with language as well. Like there have been times when I've had a break from studying Japanese for months, to be perfectly honest. And, even though I'm using very little or maybe even no Japanese in that break, like you get back into it after a few months and it feels a bit like difficult at first, but then after a couple of days or at most a week, it's like, yeah, okay, it's like I've never had a break at all. It just all comes back. And actually, I've heard stories as well of people who've learned a language a long time ago, haven't used it for over 10 years, 20 years or whatever, think they've forgotten most of it, and then they start trying to use it and it just all comes back to them, which is pretty amazing. Anyway, after seeing all this sort of town, city type area, I did head to the beach, which was my main reason for going. I wanted to go to a beach. I really like spending time doing nothing on a beach, just sitting down, looking out at the ocean, thinking, enjoying the weather if it's nice, and I like doing it probably even more if there's no one there. Maybe I don't know. I like it when there's people on the beach as well. It's like a good atmosphere, and there's lots of families, there's kids playing around. It can get a bit noisy. But that's also a good atmosphere too. But I also like a quiet beach, where you just sit there. And that's exactly the kind of beach I went to. And I think I get the impression that there's not so much of a beach culture, like a seaside culture, here in Japan. Whereas in England, it's very popular. For lots of people, when they say, let's go on holiday, it usually means to the coast. Let's go on holiday to the seaside. Sometimes people will have a holiday that's inside. How do I say it? Inside the country, not at the edge. Because England and the UK, it's an island country, so we've got ocean all the way around. And for some reason, we like to go to the edge of the country. I don't know why. And obviously, there's always an ocean there. So we have these seaside holidays, are very common. But to have a holiday inland, we do that. But normally, it's you're going to somewhere amazingly beautiful. So you might be staying near the Peak District or in the Lake District, and you're probably going to be doing some hiking when you're there, or some activities on the water. I don't know, on a boat or something, or kayaking or whatever. Or maybe you're camping if you're going inland, not having a holiday around the coast areas. So yeah, I get the impression that that's not such a big thing over here in Japan. Although there are a few beaches I've been to that have been pretty busy-ish, and you see people swimming in the ocean or sometimes surfing as well. So it does exist. But anyway, this beach I went to, I would say it is not popular at all. Actually, when I went, it's the busiest I've ever seen it. I think there were about 4 people on it. Normally, every time I've been there before, it's just been me by myself. But this time it was really busy. A whole 4 people were on it, which was crazy. But this beach, it's not I would say it's not the nicest beach I've ever seen, to be honest. Like, the sand is a bit grey, like a grey, dull, yellowy colour, and there's an awful lot of not rubbish, sort of like rubbish on the beach, but not rubbish like plastic and that kind of rubbish. Rubbish like driftwood. So driftwood is wood that's been floating on the ocean for a long, long time, and then it drifts ashore, it drifts up onto the sand, and then just stays there. But this wasn't driftwood. There was an awful lot of drift bamboo, and I've never seen drift bamboo before. Or maybe I have last time I came to this beach years ago and I'd forgotten it, but wow, there was an awful lot of it. I mean, it was just absolutely everywhere, just bamboo, all over the place. But there were areas. It wasn't so crazy that there was no sand. I could still sit down on the beach. And anyway, I propped my bike up, on like a bike stand. I got out a mat to sit on. I sat there and I ate some food, some lunch, and it was nice, to be honest. I really enjoyed it. It felt very calming, very relaxing, I guess. Not doing anything. Was I not doing anything? I think I can't remember now if I was listening to podcasts. I might have been, but I think I stopped when I got to the beach. So, I was probably practicing Japanese at some point, but I think when I got to the beach, I probably stopped and just spent some time doing nothing, which I think is really important. And I think it's even more important now than it used to be, spending some time doing nothing, because I don't know. I like technology. Ever since I was a child, I was very interested in technology, and from the age of maybe 6, I was very interested in computers and all that kind of thing, all that kind of stuff. But now, I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older, or it's just because technology is changing. But now I find myself sort of wanting to escape from technology, like finding it a bit too invasive, finding it too noisy and taking up too much time in my life. I get the impression I'm not the only one who thinks that. I mean, I've seen some videos on YouTube where people are like, I've had to get rid of my smartphone and get a dumb phone, like a simple phone, so that I don't get addicted to all these applications and things like that. So anyway, there I sat on the beach, no one around, doing nothing, and it was amazing. And unfortunately, I got a bit of sunburn, even though it was supposed to be cloudy all day. But I think the sun did come out for a bit. But yeah, it was great. I mean, it was better than I thought it was going to be honest. Why is that? I didn't do anything. I just sat there, and it was so nice. And I wouldn't mind going back there again, actually. I don't know when I can get the opportunity to go back there again. It is, unfortunately, a long way away. It takes about, I think it was about 2 hours or 2.5 hours to get there. And then I've got to ride my bike a bit. The bike ride's really quick, though, I don't mind that. But, yeah, that bike, even though it's only like 8 kilograms, after you're carrying it for a while, you really know it's there. So I don't know, maybe I can get like a shoulder strap sorted out. Anyway, I'll put some pictures up for you of the beach and the places I went to, just so you can, see what I've been up to. I have been thinking lately about trying to produce videos, make videos for you, but I don't know. I don't know if that's something you want or not. In fact, it's sort of leading me on to another topic that I wanted to discuss in another episode about trying to get more feedback from everyone about what it is you want to hear, what kind of episodes you want to hear, what kind of things you want me to talk about, are videos useful to you, all kinds of questions I've got, to be honest. So that's a topic for a future episode, I think. But yeah, that is it for today. I hope you have a lovely day, and until next time, bye-bye.
This podcast is brought to you by eHarmony, the dating app to find someone you can be yourself with. Why doesn't eHarmony allow copy and paste in first messages? Because you are unique, and your conversations should reflect that. eHarmony wants you to find someone who will get you. How are you going to know who gets you? If people send you the same generic conversation starters they message everyone else. Conversations that actually help you get to know each other. Imagine that. Get who gets you on eHarmony. Sign up today.
Millions of people have lost weight with personalized plans from Noom. Like Evan, who can't stand salads and still lost 50 pounds.
Salads generally for most people are the easy button, right? For me, that wasn't an option. I never really was a salad guy. That's just not who I am. But Noom worked for me.
Get your personalized plan today at Noom.com. Real Noom user compensated to provide their story. In 4 weeks, the typical Noom user can expect to lose 1 to 2 pounds per week. Individual results may vary.
Step onto the legendary clay courts of Roland Garros, where the world's best players battle it out at the French Open for a chance to win a Grand Slam title. Tennis Channel Plus is your place to watch. Stream every court from your phone or smart TV live in HD. See the action unfold as legends fight for glory and new rivalries emerge. Daily live coverage begins Monday, May 20th, with match replays on demand so you never miss a moment. From the first serve to the final point, Roland Garros promises unforgettable moments and new chapters in tennis history. Stream now with Tennis Channel Plus to be there when it happens.
Quality sleep is essential. That's why the Sleep Number Smart Bed is designed for your ever-evolving sleep needs. Need a bed that's firmer or softer on either side? Helps you sleep at a comfortable temperature? Sleep Number Smart Beds let you individualize your comfort, so you sleep better together. J.D. Power ranks Sleep Number number 1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now, save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition Smart Bed for a limited time. For J.D. Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Here's a cool fact. A crocodile can't stick out its tongue. Another cool fact, you can get short-term health insurance for a month or just under a year in some states. United Healthcare short-term insurance plans are designed for people who are between jobs, coming off their parents' plan, or turning a side hustle into a full-time gig. Underwritten by Golden Rule Insurance Company, they offer flexible, budget-friendly coverage with access to a nationwide network of doctors and hospitals. Get more cool facts about United Healthcare short-term plans at uh1.com.
Thanks for listening until the very end of the show. If you've enjoyed this episode, please give my podcast a rating, or if you have the time, write a review. It's a really nice way of letting me know you enjoy these episodes and encourages me to make more of them for you. Thanks very much and have a lovely day.